I believe that there's some dramatic changes coming up. And one of the things that it has caused me to do is cancel an order back in 2017. I put $50,000 down on a Tesla Roadster. And I was really looking forward to delivery of this car. Making a decision to buy a car that is in this price range is a tough one because I always want to keep the currency invested and grow my portfolio. But I'll tell you, I've had a 2010 Roadster and I've got a 2011 still. And that was the best decision I ever made. The amount of joy that I got from that car, living up in the mountains of Malibu and driving what I felt was the best car in the world on the best roads in the world to what I think is the best restaurant in the world, and being able to do that a couple of times a week, and then looking forward to my daily commute. But every time I got in that car, I was grateful. And I would think to myself, what did I do to deserve this? So I was looking forward to this 2020 Roadster. It's a $50,000 deposit. I canceled it already. The funds are going to be sent back to me. I don't know how many days it will take, but it can take up to 45 days. And I'm hoping that gold and silver do a pullback in the meantime. And I'm going to plow that into silver, which I believe that there's a potential 10-bagger in here. In other words, for half of the deposit that I'm going to get back, I'll be able to buy this car. So buy a $250,000 car for $25,000. That's where I believe this is going. So I've got that coming back, and the reason I'm putting it into silver is the gold-silver ratio. We're in this rarefied territory here where it's really close, trading really close to 90. Silver's value compared to gold is about 1/90th of gold's. And that's not where it should be historically. Here we've got a chart that shows you how, we're up at close to 90 here. That's this line. But this one goes back into the 20s and the 30s. And you see that here in the late 30s, early 40s, that was there's only a few years that in all of history that silver has been this undervalued. And here is a gold-silver ratio chart that goes back into the 1700s. And that shows you how out of whack this has been for the last century. And when this comes back to, in 1980, it actually got down to 14 when gold was peaking. It's actually 873 was the peak for gold on stock charts. And this ratio came down to 14. So in other words, silver's value climbed compared to gold's and became 1/14th of gold's value. And, at 1/90th, if it goes to 30, then you've gotten triple the performance of whatever gold does. If it goes to 15, you've gotten 6 times the performance of what you would get from gold. And I believe that gold is going to be soaring also compared to other goods and services. So riding this and then switching, some of it into gold, some of it into gold, some of it into gold, the rest of it into gold. And then because when silver falls, it also falls harder than gold. So I'm going to be making an investment in physical silver, taking the Roadster money and putting it into physical silver. One of the moves that I made last week was I purchased a private placement in an exploration company that's doing some exploration for silver mines, and they've got some promising projects. But this is gambling money, and once again, I do not make recommendations. This is what I